Welcome back, Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And before I get started, if you like this video, please drop a thumbs up on it. It helps out the channel a whole bunch. If not, thumbs down also works. And if you like knife content and you're not already, smash the subscribe button with the bell notification so you don't miss any of the content and my 10K giveaway that's coming up here soon. You're not going to want to miss that. All right, today I have for you the Damned Designed Hades. This knife comes in at $49, and currently you can only get them off of Amazon. I think that will change later, but that's where I picked up mine. And I've been following Damned Designs for a while now. I've reviewed some of their titanium tools, like their knucks and stuff like that. And they did some premium frame locks that I handled. They were nice. And they decided to do a G10 budget-in variant of those frame locks. And the Hades was made for them by, I want to say, it used to be Tuya. Now I think Kubey makes them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Kubey's the OEM for these knives. You can get, they got 4 different models right now. I don't know the name of all of them, but your options, you can get them. You can get this satin blade with this blue scales, and if you want a satin blade and you don't want the blue, you can get it in jade and satin. And then they have it with the stone wash, like a dark stone wash blade, it looks like, with OD green scales or black scales. Both black and green have the stone wash blades. Let's get the specs out of the way so you can have an idea of the size of this knife. You have a total length of 8 1/8 inches long, so it's going to be that medium to large size EDC folder. You have a blade length of 3.5 inches, a grip area from here to here of 4 inches, a thickness in the scales of here to here of 0.55, so just a little above average. Closed width in the pocket from here to here of 1.41 inches, and a pretty hefty stock of 0.15 inches. Now, even though they have that thick stock, they did a really good job of thinning this grind out. This is a high flat grind. Comes down to around 14 thousandths behind the edge. Sharpened at the left. This side is at 19 degrees and this side is at 22 degrees, which I measured that on my goniometer, if anybody is wondering how I figured that out. All right, before we get any further into this, y'all would definitely want to watch this this testing footage because this knife really surprised me. So y'all stay tuned. All right, we're going to test the factory edge. This thing came screaming sharp. Ridiculously sharp. All right, this thing sliced absolutely amazing. Let's see how it's doing that. It's still super sharp. Okay, now we're gonna test the ergos in this Pine 2x4. We're just gonna do some slicing and some power cutting just to feel how it is in the grip and how well the edge is still biting. God, this thing slices good. All right, I think it did very well. The slicing capability of this knife, man. I forgot how thin it is behind the edge, but talk about a slicer. Let's see if that did anything at all to the edge. No, still stupid sharp. Very impressed so far. All right, we're gonna cut up several different types of material. We're gonna cut up some of this saddle leather, very thick stuff. We're going to cut up 2 different size tubings, a 1 inch, very dense, and a 1/2 inch and a 1 inch, both of them very dense. And this one has a mesh in it, and some rubber garage gasket material, some thick stuff, and some, I think it's 3/8 bungee I got right here. Let's see, let's start with the leather. Alrighty. This thing has been performing absolutely amazing. That needle-like tip really pokes in there really good. Let's see if I did anything to this edge yet. No, still stupid sharp. Okay, we're gonna try to cut up some of this half-inch twisted sisal rope. Do at least about 20 cuts or more, we'll see. All right, I ended up doing, I think, 28 cuts because it was just performing that well and I had more rope to cut. Let's see how it's still cut from the paper reliably. Yeah, I've been very enjoying this one a lot. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed that. I know I really did. This one was a joy to use. If you don't want to watch any more of this video, I'd say I highly recommend any one of the designs. I preferred this one because it was a thumb stud. I think all the other ones are flipper tabs. But let's take a closer look at this. You have this deep clip point blade or Bowie. They have another clip point variation that has, I think, like a swedge on it, and it's a flipper, but that one was out of stock. This was the only one that was in stock whenever I picked this up. Also, these are currently not in, they say whatever, they're not in stock right now, but they're supposed to be fulfilling the Amazon orders around July 9th, 10th, somewhere in that area. So I've already picked up 2 more of these, if that gives y'all any indication on how much I like this knife. So this one, like I said, has their satin finish. Pretty nice satin. Satin's not my favorite. I would have rather stonewash, but like I said, they didn't have that. You have a very, very aggressive clip right there with a very precise, dainty point right there. You're not going to want to do any prying with that because you will snap it off. You have 2 comfortable thumb studs on both sides. You do have road jimping, but I'd call it probably medium traction. But you got a nice flat spot up here. It did not. I didn't see the need for any. I overshot it most of the time anyway. You do have a sharpening tool right here that clears the plunge by a little bit. But hey, they did clear it, so that's nice. Blade seal is D2, and I mean, if y'all didn't notice, this thing sliced like a dream. This knife right here, I guess this is a testament to Kubey. This is by far the sharpest budget production knife that I've gotten so far this year. It was scary sharp. And it still is, after all that testing, it's still got a nice bite to it. I mean, it's not as good as it was in the beginning. There's some dull spots, but I mean, whew, still grabbing onto the skin. And close it up. The action is nice and smooth. It's riding on, I'm guessing, ceramic bearings. I didn't take it apart. The access to that thumb stud is very, very easy. You can easily flick it out that way. You can spotty flick it, or you can slow roll it. The detent is dialed just right on this knife. You can easily break it, and you can easily flick it out with authority. If you want to listen to the detent. Nice positive click, no blade slop, no detent slop at all. Go to the scales. You have flat G10 scale right here with a little bit of peel ply texturing on there. You get a little bit of grip on there, not bad. A deep chamfer going all the way around. And those edges have been knocked off. So even though this was a flat scaled knife, this was a joy to work to do all the cutting with. I didn't have too many spots that felt like, you know, it was going to be bothersome to me in all the grips that I used, especially, like I said, for a flat scaled knife. You do have a ginormous pivot That's the female side right there. On this side, you have a Torx T8. This is a WeHop bit. Pretty good. Not too much play in there. You do have inset stainless steel liners that have been skeletonized heavily. Your lockup is sitting at around, I'd call that about 40%. Your body screws are T6. Very minimal hardware. You have your other screw here, and those screws, I guess you could call that, it's not really countersunk, but it's the actual, where the clip sits is below this line. So, you know, look, as you look this way, you don't see it, but if you look like that, it's sitting on top of there. So it shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. Access to that lock bar, it sits proud of the show side scale, easy to get your finger in there, and it also has that jimping, so it's very, very easy to get to the lock. No play side to side or up and down at all. Pocket clip is tip up, left or right hand carry, and it's that deep right there, boys and girls. You do have a lanyard post right there. Gonna be a little hard to put a lanyard in there unless you, when you're taking it, if you take it apart for anything, tie the lanyard on before you put it back together. Let's see what it looks like in the pocket. Now, I will say okay, let's show it real quick. This one, you don't have to worry about any flipper tab getting in the way. So this one sits nice and close to the pocket right there. Just a loop over stainless pocket clip. Now, one thing I did notice is this pocket clip is pretty flimsy. I noticed there was another pocket clip on one of the other models, so I don't know if they're all different, but I hadn't had any issues. The weight of the scales kind of keep it down. Speaking of weight, let's check it out. We will check it out in grams first, since my scale weighs in grams first. So 131.6 grams and 4.64 ounces. So, you know, that's perfectly doable for how I like to carry knives. The balance point is perfect. It's right there where it belongs. So it does feel lighter when it's in the open position. It does feel lighter in hand. I had good control of it. Let's get some size comparisons. First up, you got the Ontario Rat 1 and Rat 2. So it's going to be a lot closer to the Rat 1. The Rat 1 is a little bit longer. Let's see, I got the PM2. Spyderco PM2 is pretty much identical in length as the PM2. There's the PM3, the Power 3. And two more. You got the Hogue Ritter RSK, the normal size one. Once again, these two are pretty much very close in length. The Hades is just a hair longer, and here's the mini RSK from Hogue. So there you go. Nitpicks and complaints. Not really. I mean, overall, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed the knife. It came super sharp. It's smooth. I like the action. I would have liked to see a swedge, but like I said, there's a model, another clip point model that has the Bowie clip point with a swedge on there, so can't really complain about that much. Like I said, the pocket clip is a little flimsy, but overall, I can't wait till I get those other two in so I can test those out as well and see if they perform as good as this one. So if you have any of the Dam Design budget inline knives, let me know what you think. Let me know if you like them as much as I do. And if you have any of the other models besides this one, let me know how well do they perform. Are they nice and thin behind the edge? Because I think I got the drop point version coming and the other clip point, because of course I love clip points, especially when there's a swedge up top. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolutely wonderful day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.